Welcome to a new episode of Inspecting the Ladder. Today we're looking at Spreadshirt. As you see, a fairly easy scalable skill. A lot of people are hitting 2 million DPS already, and bear in mind this is single target DPS. Since there's some privacy settings on the first 3 people, we're looking at pod vote today. So thank you for allowing us to inspect your character, and let's get straight into it. So obviously Spreadshot, he's linking that with resistance. That means no more crits, but a lot of damage. Piercing, just for the better clear. Quick attack, armor penetration, attack damage increase. Spell activation on attack hit, and he's linking Blade of Death to that. Resistance, that means no more crits, but a lot of damage and additional physical damage and just some loot. So that should also increase on any of the bosses, since if he hits the boss once with Blade of Death, it gives bonus loot for 5 seconds. If he kills him within 5 seconds, he will get bonus loot. Right? Then using dodge roll with use count and disarm as support skills, Life and Life as a defensive cooldown, and also Shout of Provocation as a defensive / offensive cooldown. That is linked to Hush Shout, the improved Shout. Next up is Time Acceleration, that is split between the Shout and Marksman. Marksman is our offensive buff, and we increase that with Enhance Effect. And all 3 of our buffs are linked to increased duration support, so that we have them up as long as possible. And last but not least, we use Seal of Dodge for a big dodge boost, but this is not mandatory, so you can play it even if you don't have it. You can only get it from synthesizing, so it's a little hard to get, but it's not mandatory. For the rune stones, just get the level up ones, whatever you can. It's very early into the game yet. I don't think he has the optimal setup yet. Just get whatever you can. And rune, the dexterity requirement is 221. Strength requirement 75 here. So he chose a lot of strength for armor and survivability. The first trait, scaling mostly damage and attack speed. Interesting that he's skipping this one. The second trait, Forest, also a lot of damage, straightforward. Third trait, actually splitting. Mana potion cooldown recoveries. Really nice to have late game, since you will have mana troubles. Some more damage here with the elemental resist. On the fourth trait, projectile damage and speed. We cannot take the final note here since we don't crit, and area of effect doesn't affect Spreadshot, so it would be a wasted point. The fifth trait, into contrast, again resists damage, health. On the sixth, Nemera, damage, fist hit rate, fist damage, armor pen, attack speed, attack speed. On the 7th, he's actually splitting that into 3-way, getting another potion effect. He's running skills linked together. He's more mana than the average player, so that's why he's going to the potion effects. And he's going into more damage. Don't really need this here. You're not planning on missing a lot of your shots, so you don't really want to scale this. Last, just the damage here. I actually believe that he will go up here and get the health node once he levels up a little bit more. And on the final trait, he's going into two-handed damage, obviously, since he's using a bow. Threats here, some dot damage. Or a single damage here, getting the health later on. And some more damage and movement. Okay. Look at the specializations, which is shade, damage, overpower. Armor penetration is right here. Strike damage, that's just a 6% multiplier. Able crits, so can way more damage here. Acceleration, a lot of cast speed. Strike damage amplification. Another multiplier. Last but not least, going here, the physical and damage against bleeding or poison enemies. Attack speed, evasion, cut. Okay, let's look at the gear here. Running a bow with a high speed. It doesn't matter. Attack damage. And health absorb on hit. Just for some regeneration. Armor pen helmet. Double health and resist. Mana regen, but I think mostly focus double health and resist here. Of course, the armor pen base. Projectile damage shoulders with resist, hit rate, experience. Just some good armor values. I don't think these here are very great, but mostly the base is really good. For the chest, he's actually running +2 attack damage, skill rune levels. That's really strong. Double health, resist and resist. The sentry doesn't matter here. And bonus health on top of that. Gives him a gigantic amount of health and resists. Attack speed, poison resist, health. Nothing too great here on these. Skill rune cooldown on the boot. Lets you use your dodge roll even more often. That's great. Double movement speed, so 20% projectile damage. Resist, some regen. Damage hit rate. Resist. Damage physical. Of course, some hit rate. Some dex. Also giving hit rate. That's on that. And then physical damage rings. Double fist damage. And some stats. Same here, some stats. Resist, double fist damage, some health, some attack speed. This ring is great here. I don't see any stat that's bad, right? Looking into the charms. Fist damage. Oh, and doubled with damage on blended weapon. That's really good. Sadly, not a good blessing. Attack hit rate. The Hammer's blessing. Actually getting that to 10% health, and later he wants to get that up to 40% so he can get the physical damage. Another physical damage. The Hammer's blessing. Another physical damage with the Castor blessing, which is not that great for this build. Be using that for the fist damage and full HP. Doesn't have a better charm yet, I believe. This doesn't seem too great. I think he wants to upgrade that to a Hammer's one later. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned some. If you enjoyed this video, you can find even more content on my channel.